Saints depend on the likes of Mark Percival, who is the second leading point scorer in Super League at the moment. The sun is shining right in our eyes, but the conditions are absolutely perfect here at the Leigh Sports Village. Aaron Moore is our referee. We wait for the smoke to clear, and then hopefully we're going to get some fireworks on the field. There's one thing's for sure, no love lost between Leigh and Saints. That all goes back to the Challenge Cup semi-final last summer. More of that as we go along, but this is going to be fiery. And Leigh will get us underway. Saints desperate, as I say, for that win. Zakardeka dropped, Matt Moylan back, Tommy Makinson back, Matt Whitley back. It's got all the ingredients.
Yeah, absolutely. The Zakardeka one surprised me a little bit, but, you know, one man's loss is another opportunity. I'm interested to see how Mile Hanley goes in the centres this evening. More immediate concerns are what Leigh do in defence here, because this is where Saints are really good.
Bell already under pressure, the former Leigh man. How many Leigh jerseys were there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 maybe. Here is Ignatius Parsi. You may remember it was John Asiata's tackle on Ignatius Parsi that lit the fuse in that semi-final. Parsi was injured, he was out for almost a year, and this is the first time that Parsi and Asiata have clashed since. Already on the last, and Lomax kicking from just inside his 30, and that's an easy take for Matt Moylan. And here is Josh Charnley. Saints have started poorly in all the games that they've lost. That's going to be important for them tonight.
Yeah, absolutely it is. They got through the first set, but it didn't amount to much, did it? And I think that was due to some really aggressive line speed and defence to start the game, set the tone for Leigh.
Still 2, play on. Still 2.
Well, Aaron Moore, the referee, going to have his hands full here. This is going to be really intense, that's for sure, as Mulhern up to halfway. Edwin Apape back from suspension. Leigh will try and move the ball, that's for sure. Big hit.
Yeah, heavy contact from Matty Leigh's.
Hold it now, boys.
I think it was an unexpected pass, wasn't it, from Asiata to Tom Amone. Lamb gets the end of his set, that first set, that's a better set.
Yeah, well taken by Harry Robertson. First time that I've seen Robertson in the Saints first team. Really looking forward to seeing what he's all about. They reckon around St Helens that he's actually better than Welsby. Jack Welsby was at this age, at 18. We shall see. Here's Blake then for Saints, midway inside the Leigh half of the field. Crackling atmosphere. Leigh's with the charge. But already pinned back inside their own half. Couple of tackles left in this set. Clark has got support, and it's Welsby. Welsby up against Moylan. Moylan does well to bring him down. Well, Welsby getting up gingerly there. He seemed to slide into the Saints #1. And Welsby there is just calling for attention. That was a chance for Saints early on, and the ball's still bouncing around. And will Saints be able to get Charnley into touch? And they will. So Saints are going to get the ball back. But Jack Welsby, this looks really, really bad. There's for St Helens.
Yeah, he's straight off the field in the opening 3 minutes of the game, and it was in the tackle following the break. It was a hamstring he looked to have grabbed. He was clutching at the right hamstring. There's clearly an issue there, clearly a leg issue, and he was straight off the side of the field. And that is an early, unintended, enforced change. That's going to have big repercussions in the context of this game, and probably in the weeks to come.
Well, this is what happened. It was Clark's break, and Welsby were away, and Moylan comes across.
Loose! Now, hold Edwin.
Yeah, difficult to see really what the...
Still one.
Well, we'll find out exactly what's happened with Jack Welsby, but Saints with the ball, and Moses Mbaye has come on. He'll slot into half-back, I would imagine. But Welsby going off after just 3 minutes, and it looked a nasty one. Lomax now gets the ball out. Saints right in front of the post. The applause all round the stadium for our late colleague Bill Arthur, paying respect to Bill. 4 minutes on the clock with 4 decades of service to our sport. Clark puts the kick through and it comes to nothing. Well, what a dramatic opening. Saints have lost Wellesby, they can't get the try. And all very emotional here at the Leigh Sports Village.
Yeah, you've got several thousand people all stood and applauding and showing their appreciation for 4 decades, as you say, of professional service. But look, you know, Bill never wanted to be the story, did he? He was happy telling the story. So in that spirit, let's get back to the game, because I tell you what, this is really finely poised now. Any potential advantage that St Helens had in terms of class and personnel, I think may just been erased there with Jack Wellesby leaving the field.
Robert, 40.
Well, this is what happened, John. Let's have another look. There it is.
Yeah, it's just an awkward coming together of mine. It's an immediate clutch to that right hamstring. But
1 second.
you know, look, leg making it. But it's also I don't know. I mean, there's clearly going to be some intense scrutiny on that from the physio and the doctor and the St Helens dressing room. We'll see if we can get an update as the match unfolds. But you don't walk off the field like that and then rejoin play anytime soon.
Well, that's a big blow. I mean, Wellesby knew straight away, didn't he, John? He signalled to the bench, he was straight off, and that's it. Here is Delaney, full Saints, just inside the Leigh half of the field.
In the back, and again.
Here is Robertson now, brought down on halfway. But the loss of Wellesby, who's played over 50 consecutive games for Saints, by the way, is immeasurable, I guess, as Sirenin brought down on the last, just inside the Leigh half of the field. Goes back to Lomax. And it's well taken there by Moylan. He missed the win over London with a hip injury. Matt Moylan, their Aussie marquee player, who's been excellent for them this season.
I'll tell you what Wellesby's absence does. I mean, they'll have no problem in terms of the organisation and the creative side in attack, because Johnny Lomax is an old hand at that. I just think it's that X factor. It's the support play. It's the guys on the show. It's where Wellesby would be on the shoulder of a forward going through a gap. The try assist that he's provided himself, which have often come off second phase stuff. You know, that is clearly now going to be absent from this attacking setup. And Paul Wellens cuts a. Well, I think a frustrated figure as much as anything else. Good defensive set, though, from St Helens.
Go 5.
O'Brien it is who gets the kick away this time. Robertson watched it well, takes it well. The teenager. The Leigh chase is good. 7 minutes gone. Dramatic start. Still 0-0. Well, it's all a bit breathless, isn't it, in these opening stages? Here is Mark Percival for St Helens. Mbaye. Well, Moses Mbaye may well playing in a hooker position as well as playing in the halves to replace Jack Wellesby. Lomax now. Bell with nowhere to go. Well, they've got Makinson back, they've got Whitley on the bench, they've got Delaney back, and Mbaye it is with the kick. Good kick as well, taken by Charnley, but still without the likes of Knowles and Batchelor and Walmsley and Wingfield and Matautia, but Wellesby's the star man.
Yeah, he is, and they're going to miss him. They're going to have to adjust on the fly here. Well, Matt Moylan covered loads of ground there to get underneath that end of set kick from St Helens. And it's been a positive start from the home team. Yeah, they've got through the sets, put the ball in the right areas of the field, and then really done well to restrict Neatness from St Helens. Just that one break that led to the Wellesby injury. O'Brien gets the kick away. Robertson traps.
prolific in the reserves of the academy, young Robertson. Earlier this season, scored 7 tries in 1 game against Huddersfield. But I guess as well that when you lose a player like that, in Jack Wellesby, who has licence to roam, you're going to lose a lot of shape, a lot of product, and a lot of plans.
Well, they're gonna have to adjust, and it's not an adjustment they're used to making either. This is his 57th straight appearance this evening, so they've been used. This group of players have been used to having him around, and it looks like we've got another injury now. That is a massive shot.
Yeah. Was that a moan in back play?
Yeah, and he's struggling badly.
Still 5. Eventually get the ball out. Saints at the moment at 6s and 7s. Matty Lees looking for a way through, but there is no way through. The ball goes to ground. Well, it's all happening. All the drama. Tom Amone is receiving treatment in back play. We've lost Jack Wellesby with what looks like a serious leg injury. There's another Saints player down. It looks like Matty Lees.
Yeah, that's Matty Lees at the end of the run. You've got Tom Amone in back play. I mean, Tom Amone will be a head injury assessment, and it'll be a category 2 at a minimum. This, I mean, it's a huge contact, and he reels out of that backwards. I'm amazed that he's retaking his position in the defensive line. I mean, you look at how he looked coming out the back of that. He looked really groggy, and then Matty Lees is just it's a twist, and it's a...
Yeah, I think he's got having treatment to his ankle, but surely Tom Amone has to go off for an assessment.
Yeah,
surely.
I don't see, given the signals that he was giving off when his head hit the floor. I mean, I'm amazed that they're not pulling him off.
Yeah, James, better response on that 10 metres.
Well, Matty Lees getting up gingerly.
Okay, boys. We all ready?
Let's have a look at.
Good to all, yeah.
As he went down,
John.
well, he was clearly in trouble there. Amone. Well, I am surprised that he's still on the field, but he is.
Hold now, boys. Hold
Still 0-0. 10 dramatic minutes gone here at Leigh Sports Village.
Hold it now. Hold, Darryl. Hold.
We haven't come close to a try. All the drama and all the action has been in the middle of the field as Lamb's pass doesn't reach his target. The ball goes to ground. Handling error from Leigh, may well have been Asiata. Well, it was Kai O'Donnell. 0-0. 11 minutes gone.
That was really good defensive work from St Helens. Applied pressure where it needed to be applied on Lachlan Lamb. He's the playmaker. I said before we kicked a ball here this evening, they love this left-hand side. They've scored an absolute boatload of tries down here. 33 of the 57 they've scored have been in this channel. It's their go-to side. It's where they're most effective. So Saints are applying pressure there, right on Lachlan Lamb, taking away decision-making time for him.
Well, I would imagine that would be one of the calls from the coach Paul Wellens in the week. Keep Lachlan Lamb quiet. London Broncos failed to do that a week ago on this ground, as so many teams have failed to do over the last couple of years. If you let Lachlan Lamb run the show, he will run the show. Bell brought down just inside his own half of the field. Boy, they're doing it tough, aren't they, both sides here tonight.
Hold it, Robbie. Go third.
Here is Delaney. Saints with those 4 defeats against Salford, against Castleford, Wigan and Warrington.
Go 4.
And By and Robertson, no way through. Brian there to bring him down. Bit of help initially from Apape.
Go 5.
It is the last. It's Sirenin it was at dummy half, and By goes high. But that should be an easy take. Well, it should have been an easy take, and in the end, no chances taken by Darnell McIntosh. Matt Moylan thought the ball was going to go dead. It didn't. It bounced behind. And McIntosh doing absolutely the right thing.
That's poor from Matt Moylan. Somebody with that level of experience, you know, he should know. He's backpedaling at a rate of knots, but that's a gamble you don't need to take.
Thank you. Yeah, I'll collar in a minute, mate. Cheers,
Yeah,
mate.
McIntosh made the right call, though.
10 seconds.
Well, Saints runners
Shot clock off.
were on their way. 13 minutes gone. 0-0.
Halt.
And it's been a pulsating, intense start. Here is Parsi now for St Helens.
Move, Frankie, I need you 10 metres. Hold, mate, hold. Miles better, one.
And Lomax. Delaney is the willing runner, but he's lost the ball. Leigh will celebrate. Saints will commiserate with the young man George Delaney, but that's a bad error when you're building pressure, I guess.
So it's great contact by Gareth O'Brien. You know, he comes back into the side, having missed a fair bit of football as well this season. You know, the Saints putting big players on half-backs. I think the initial contact was really good from O'Brien.
1, 2, 3.
I think he was caught in two minds whether to hang on or offload.
10 seconds, boys. Tie it in.
It's brutal, John.
It's been an intense start, and we expected nothing less.
Everyone just coming up for breath. 15 minutes gone. Firm belief around these parts that Leigh can make the top 6 and make the playoffs. They need to put together a run of results. They're unbeaten in their last 5 games here at home. 4 wins and a draw.
Move, James, find me.
Saints hanging on in that top 6.
Yeah, Tammy. Put it together. Hold it, boys.
And Mo charges forward.
Hold it. Go forward.
Pape and Asiata and O'Brien.
Yeah. Playing the advantage, I've got it, I'm playing the advantage.
Well, he's saying, the referee, Aaron Moore, that's a penalty. It was a hit there on Matt Moylan, I think.
Yeah, he was waiting to see how the advantage played out. It's the right decision, and Matt Moylan thought at first that the penalty wasn't coming, but it was a cut-out ball. It was meant to fool the St Helens defence. We know, and most people in Super League who watch Mark Purcell for long enough knows that this is his go. Loves to jam, loves to shut down, and it's late and it's off the ball. And this will be it'll be interesting to see what happens. I think the video ref may have another look at this.
The video ref is Chris Kendall.
Yeah. Thanks, mate.
The Saints may be about to lose Mark Percival to the sin bin here.
Yeah, I think it's probably the right call as well. I mean, Matt Moylan was never going to receive that ball, and he has been hit off the ball.
Boys, so let me explain it to you. So what's happened here, he's never had the ball, and then Mark has hit him, and he's made contact with the head, and there is force in it, so it's 10 minutes. He's never got the ball, and he's made contact.
Well, that's the explanation from the referee, Aaron Moore. And Mark Percival gets to spend 10 minutes in the sin bin. It's going from bad to worse for St Helens. Losing Jack Wellesby with a serious injury. They've now lost Mark Percival to a yellow card.
1 second.
There is John Bennison.
Keep him to touch.
18th man. He may well be called into play if the injuries carry on like this for St Helens. It's a worried-looking Saints bench. Jack Wellesby is having treatment there, but it looks like he's already changed into his tracksuit bottoms. But Leigh now attacking on that far side. We'll get news on Wellesby as soon as we can. Confirmation of what's happened. First time that Leigh have had the ball inside the Saints 20. Saints are down to 12. It's a great opportunity for the Leopards. They've got an overlap here. And it's a brilliant try from Hanley. The overlap, and Hanley gets the try. It was where Mark Percival would have been. He's in the sin bin. Leigh striking where Saints were weakest. Saints down to 12. Leigh's first attack of the game after 60 minutes. And the try from Isla Hanley. Leigh hit the front.
That was a lovely sweeping move as well. You saw the two playmakers in Moylan and Lamb working together in between the plays. And as the play the ball came about, they were in full motion, great depth, great shape, and as you said, into a Mark Percival-shaped hole on that St Helens left edge defence. And Myla Hanley sold Wanger Blake a dummy and opened the scoring for the Leigh Leopards. It's just great shape. Again, this is the incident that led to Percival's sin binning. And then the attacking play. This time the ball does go to Moylan, who passes to Myler Hanley. And he opens the scoring for Leigh. And do you know what? I don't think it's anything less than they've deserved. I think Settlers have had some bad luck, clearly, with the injury to Jack Welsby. I think they were architects of their own downfall there through the sin bin of Purcell. I don't think many people can have too many complaints about that decision.
Sorry, Chris, say that again, mate.
And Leigh have done nothing more than take advantage.
Yeah.
So it'll be Darnell McIntosh, who was out for a good 15-20 minutes before the game, practicing his kicking. Of course, Zach Hardacre dropped, which is why McIntosh has got the boots, and that's a brilliant kick. That was as close to centre through the sticks as you can imagine. And Leigh in front, 18 minutes gone by 6 points to nil.
Yeah, really good strike by Darnell McIntosh. He's had to be really patient this year as Darnell. The 18th man on a number of occasions gets his chance and ices his first kick. And this was really simple for Myler Hanley once he got into some space. There were a couple of questions, weren't they, about the decision to drop Zach Hardacre and move Myler Hanley into the centres.
Time off.
Well, I think he's answered a couple of those queries straight away, hasn't he?
Where Ben Davis will lift a high one. Well taken by Lamb. And Mulhern will run the ball forward for the Leigh Leopards.
Go one.
Crackling atmosphere, isn't it?
Hold on, don't whirl it. Go two.
That's a good carry as well, strong carry from Frankie Holton.
Yeah.
They've really engaged the home crowd, haven't they?
Go first.
Amon, who looked to be knocked out cold by that charge by Matty Lees, but got up, dusted himself down and played on. And Brian it is with a great kick downfield. And is it a 40-20? Robertson manages to keep it in play, and he does well, the young man. Wow, that would have been a 40-20 from Gareth O'Brien, but showed such coolness there. Young Harry Robertson rescued the situation not once but twice.
Yeah, good kick, good cover and good kick chase as well. Three really good bits of rugby league IQ there. I think Leigh they're going to pose a real problem in the run into the end of this season. They've got two genuine attack points through Gareth O'Brien and Lachlan Lamb, and they've got Moylan who can play either side as well in attack. It's a real challenge, I think, for opposition going forward.
With Parsi it was, who finds Robertson. Well, it's interesting, isn't it, because O'Brien had been playing earlier in the season at full-back with Moylan in the halves, and there's no doubt Leigh have become more potent since the switch. Ball bounces once into the arms of Matt Moylan. 6-0 it is, approaching the midway point of the first half.
Yeah, and it's been utterly absorbing, hasn't it? Quarter of the game gone. This was the attempted 40-20. Well done by Harry Robertson in keeping that in field, but the kick chase, look at that from Darnell McIntosh as well. Rams home the territorial advantage that Gareth O'Brien nearly gave him. That's another good carry as well. This is the left wing, this time in the shape of Josh Charnley. Meters after contact, that's his trademark. Mulhern backs that up with another good carry.
6-0, Leigh in front. A Pape from dummy half on the last. He's always dangerous. Back from a one-match ban. Moylan feeds Lamb. Oh, and Robertson. First mistake is made, and Leigh have got it back. The Saints really are under the pump now.
That's the kick chase that's done it, and here come Leigh.
Lutele goes on his own. Lutele close to that line.
Oh, they've got him on this edge. If they go right, they've got some Helens cuts.
And it's a repeat set as well. If they go to the right, it's a huge overlap. Lamb is ankle tapped, and Saints somehow with Sirenin desperately bring him down, but there was a 3-on-0, a 3-on-none overlap on this right-hand side. Moylan, here is Holton now, going for the line himself. Saints are desperately hanging on here. Mulhern, nowhere to go. Clark with the tackle with the help of Robertson. Leigh in front 6-0. Pape and O'Brien. We've got numbers out here as Lamb finds Charlie. Charlie goes for the corner.
Great tackle.
It was a superb tackle from Makinson, and the ball has gone to ground, has it? Well, no, the referee's saying it was taken by Lomax.
Yeah, it was pulled out by Johnny Lomax, but tell you what, that's a try-saver, an absolute bona fide try-saver from Tommy Makinson. It needed to be made then and there on Josh Charlie. Oh, that's minimum 10 points to nil. It just does enough. Charlie tries to step back on the inside, and then just too much in the tackle. It's a clear rip, isn't it, from Lomax? Here they go again.
Yeah, right in front of the referee as well. Huge pressure here from... It's a knock-on, is it? No, it's ripped out. It's another penalty. Ripped out, penalty. Now, do they go for two? Or do they put their foot on the gas?
Make the most of the numerical advantage. They're going to run this.
Line, boys.
And they will.
Okay. All round it.
Here is a moan.
Come. Good, Darryl!
And if Saints can hang on here, it would be some effort. A Pape feeds Mulhern right on that try line. Saints, remember, down to 12. Percival in the sin bin. And a moan. So easy for Tom Amone. St Helens can't hang on, and Leigh are going to double their lead. They scored 2 tries in the space of 7 minutes. Tom Amone, we thought, shouldn't be on the pitch, but brave as they come, he stayed on the pitch after that huge hit to the head by Matty Lees, and he's got Lee's second try.
It's been so finely balanced, hasn't it, until the 17th minute. It needed a trigger to unlock things for one side or the other. The trigger was the sin-binning of Mark Percival. Then came Amila Hanley's try, and then Tom Amone has followed up. They had that really good-looking shape, depth, options on the right-hand side. Instead, they went straight through the front door. And this was the second of the penalties that was given away, that set up position. And the shape was great. The outside edges were looking nervous, but they decided to go straight through the front door. A Pape on a plate for Amone. This will be converted for sure. And a 12-point lead they've opened up in what is a really expensive period that they've had to endure in the absence of Mark Percival, Stuart.
Cheers, Chris.
Wow, what a start. It's been really intense, it's been dramatic, it's been full of incident. We've had injuries, we've had a sin bin, we've had 2 tries, and now we've got 2 goals. And Leigh in front, approaching 25 minutes by 12 points to nil. And Mark Percival still in the sin bin.
Well, he's been a huge contributor to Leigh over the last couple of seasons. It'd be a huge loss. He joins the Canterbury Bulldogs, of course, for the 2025 season. One of a clutch of players that's leaving the Leigh Leopards. They'll want to make the rest of 2024 all the more special. And no better way than doing that, opening up a 12-point lead against the St Helens side, whose coaching staff are looking a little forlorn at the moment.
It all went wrong from the 3rd minute, didn't it? With that serious injury to Wellesby.
Move together! Hold me, Darryl. Don't go early here. Hold it, go one.
Well, just confirming the news about Jack Wellesby. John picked it up straight away. He thought it was a hamstring.
Go 2.
Someone who's suffered from hamstring injuries in his playing career. And it is a hamstring injury. Holton tries to find a way through.
Move, leg tackle. Go 3rd.
They reckon it could be a torn hamstring. He'd go for a scan, Jack Wellesby, on Saturday. But if it is a torn hamstring, you're looking 2 months minimum, aren't you?
We'll comment on that in a second. I think Leigh are going again here.
Lamb there with the pass out to Lutele. Lutele goes for the corner. Great tackle by Makinson again. On the last. St Helens are hanging on by their fingertips. Moylan with the kick up. Oh, and it goes into the arms. Oh, Hanley, and it's going to be another try. Leigh scored 3 tries in quick succession. And they will celebrate as McIntosh picks up the pieces and Saints are down on their knees. They're not quite down and out, but they couldn't hang on by their fingertips to Moylan's kick. And it's 16-0.
I'll tell you what a kick as well from Matt Moylan. An outstanding contribution from him in attack. It's McIntosh who gets to try. And once again, Leigh really spreading the St Helens attack. Leo Telly down the left-hand flank, and another really significant tackle from Tommy Makinson, but it only delayed the inevitable, didn't it? Moylan with a pinpoint kick, and Wanga Blake needs to do better there. He gets up, but he doesn't take charge.
Yeah, Wanga Blake it was with the error. He was very tentative, wasn't he, going up for the ball? And he won't score too many easier tries than that. Darnell McIntosh has scored 3 tries in his last 3 games. And he's going to try and make it 3 out of 3 with the boot. The Leigh Sports Village is absolutely rocking, and it's not surprising. Leigh are totally dominant, and Saints at the moment are down, but are they out?
Well, they've smelt blood in the water, haven't they, Leigh? They've obviously seen St Helens' recent form. They've had a close look at the way they've been playing, seen this as an opportunity. McIntosh steps forward and adds 2 easy extra points to make it 18 points to 0. That's 3 from the boot as well from Darnell McIntosh. Converts his own try. And as you said, Stuart, Jack Welsby's not just an issue and gone for tonight's game, which is looking like a big ask now. Not just in terms of the 18 points, but the way that Leigh are playing. But I think it's got a huge amount of significance for the rest of the regular season because as you said, even a low-grade hamstring is a month.
But a torn hamstring.
I mean, your tears are in different grades, aren't they? A low-level tear, low-grade tear, is a minimum month out. Particularly as someone as so dynamic as Jack Welsby. That'd be of huge concern going forward.
Well, he was off straight away. He knew exactly what he'd done. I think he knew the seriousness of the situation as well.
Move, hold the 10 boys.
18-0. What can Saints do?
We've just got to steady the shit. Look, it starts with defence. They've got to really restrict Leigh's meters now. The discipline hasn't been great. They've given away penalties repeatedly in the wrong areas of the field. They've got to go back to basics now and start to build a foundation. But look, Leigh are in the mood here. They're having a night out so far.
They are. Matt Whitley is on. 40-20 attempt there by Edwin Apape. It'll be picked up by Robertson, close to his own try line. And Saints just cannot get any field position whatsoever, can they? 11 minutes to half-time, 18 points to 0. Here is Blake, and it very much looks like, at the moment, St Helens are heading for a most unwanted record. They've never, ever lost 5 on the spin in the Super League era.
Well, this is where Percival now has got to make up for lost time. He owes his teammates. It's where Makinson needs to get on the charge like he has been. It's where Wanga Blake really needs to offer something out of backfield. These middles are going to do an awful lot of work defensively against a revved up Leigh Leopards pack.
Look where they are on the last. And By just about gets the kick away. It's an easy take there for Matt Moylan, but Saints just cannot get any ball in decent field position, can they? Charlie, he'll be enjoying it. Locked horns many times with Saints as a Wigan player.
Good carry around the ruck. That's McIntosh again.
Enjoying himself, as you say. He came here from Hull and he's had to wait a long time, hasn't he, to make an impression. But he is making an impression, and so are the Leigh Leopards. 10 minutes to half-time, leading St Helens by 18 points to 0. Mulhern on the charge. Mulhern on the charge. Mulhern still going. What a run. And Leigh have got the crowd with them. The crowd are absolutely... Well, he's given offside against Curtis Sirin. I said the Leigh team have got the crowd up. The crowd are inspiring. The team as well.
Gareth O'Brien's warm one there for his indecision. I think they had a real opportunity there. But take a look at this for a run. Mulhern, for the third play in a row, angles back in around the ruck, picks up some tired A defenders, straight through the middle. I mean, if you're coming through the front door again and again and again, this St Helens pack need to be taking that personally. And then Gareth O'Brien just chopped down. I think there was an opportunity outside. They're going to take a bit of steam out of this game, take a bit of tempo out of this game, add an easy extra 2.
Mulhern off for a rest. Mulhern and Amone have just run through St Helens between them.
Well, it all started with McIntosh, then Amila Hanley. 2 good carries in behind the ruck, quick play the balls, and then Mulhern punches back into that hole, retreating defenders having to do repeat efforts. And they're going to get an extra 2 points here. And McIntosh has been A1 from the boot, hasn't he, so far this evening?
When the crowd get going, John, it really is. It's difficult to hear yourself think. It's difficult to hear yourself speaking. They are loud. They're really loud, and they're enjoying every minute of that. Unlike that St Helens bench there. It has been, when you come into a game believing that you can win a game and snap a losing run, everything that could have gone wrong has gone wrong. Some of it has been by their own making, some of it hasn't. But the bottom line is Darnell McIntosh makes it 4 out of 4 with the boot, is that Leigh in front by 20 points to 0.
It has been a really accomplished first half hour from the home side. They needed a leg up, didn't they? They weren't really making much in the way of clean breaks or even making St Helens scramble to defend. And then the key moment in that half was Percival's attempted tackle on Matt Moylan, and then the floodgates have opened.
It's changed everything. The sin binning has changed everything. Wow. 7 minutes to half time. I know many people were thinking that Leigh would beat St Helens, but maybe not 20-0 up.
No,
approaching half time.
I came here full of optimism. I thought this would be a really competitive match. It arguably hasn't been as competitive as I'd ever hoped.
Well, if you're a Leigh fan, it couldn't have gone any better. If you're a Saints fan, it's just the latest nightmare in a series of horror shows. The ball goes backwards, picked up by Pape. Always dangerous with ball in hand. He skipped round the tackle of Percival. He offloads to Moylan. Moylan now gets round the attempting tackle. It's a 0 tackle. It may well have been Davis who got his hand on the ball. Here is Lutele now. And Leigh are having fun. And another set inside the Saints half of the field.
Yeah, that's better. 4-0. One. Move. Keep working there. Hold it. Tangle there.
Well, Paul Wellens has got to hold his nerve. He's got a huge half-time talk coming up as Frankie Holton makes some more fairly easy yardage, you would say. Asiata, good hands, and Lamb and O'Donnell. That partnership has been so prolific. Pape offloads, Lamb offloads, Moylan brought down by Johnny Lomax. Still 2 tackles left in this set as Leigh continue to pummel the Saints line. O'Brien slammed to the ground by Stevens and by Lomax. But this is where they're dangerous. Lamb goes across the post, but this time Percival diffuses it, takes the ball behind his own post. It's a tap 20, and Saints have got to come up with something. I feel here that their heads are down, down, down. 5 minutes, can they get some points on the board before half-time?
Yeah, they've just been given a leg up there, haven't they? First poor end to a set for a long time from the Leigh Leopards. Lachlan Lamb just too deep. Percival takes 20 metres out of them on the 0 carry. They've got a full set of 6 from this point.
Whitley, 8 weeks he's been out with a shoulder injury. Saints fans trying to get behind their side, trailing by 20 points to 0. Bell and Lomax. James Bell once more had a brilliant season here for Leigh, and that's what piques St Helens' interest, and what a good signing he's been for Saints. Lomax now, and Whitley looking for Percival, but there's just no way for them to go. Hamley with the tackle. Here is Johnny Lomax now for St Helens. And Bailly and
Good read.
Robertson.
Great
the ball
read.
went backwards. Yeah, it did go backwards. Robertson, he was trying to come into the line. It's back for Bailly. That's a good kick. And Moylan drops it. Picked up by Matty Lees. Whitley gets the ball out to Clark. Clark now to Blake. Blake, surely St Helens. Clark, what defence from Leigh. How on earth did St Helens not score there? How on earth did Leigh keep them out? That was heroic, it was astonishing. Here is Robertson. Lifts it into the arms of Bell. John Wells is shaking his head.
I don't know what Wanga Blake was doing, I really don't.
No.
He might get another chance here.
And Bailly and Percival across the line he goes. Still going, Mark Percival. St Helens have got to find a way to score. John and I are shaking our heads in disbelief. But unbelievable defence from Leigh, and there is the knock-on from Noah Stevens. Wow. The Leigh fans are up celebrating as if they've scored a try, not kept one out. How did they not score?
What a passage of play. What a passage of confusing play from a St Helens point of view, but some really committed defence from the Leigh Leopards as well. That's the knock-on. Noah Stevens, short ball off Darryl Clark. But you go back early, why is Wanga Blake stepping inside at that point? Why is he not just going for the corner? He's an athletic player. We see him in an Eels jersey many a season. Single arm, ground in the corner, ignore the corner post. We've seen the template, we know what it looks like. I don't know what he's thinking, I really don't.
A panic for the thoughts of the St Helens bench on that.
Couldn't help you there. Look, clearly they've had to rejig things on the fly after Jack Wellesby, and we cannot undersell how important Jack Wellesby is to the overall nature of St Helens, but particularly in attack. The outlet he gives them, that's gone. But that was a really disjointed attack. But I will give credit to a really committed Leigh Leopards defence as well. It was sensational.
Unbelievable how they managed to keep St Helens out there. I thought Lees was going to go and score on his own. Clark had a chance, Blake had a chance. But that was as good goal line defence as you will see anywhere. Either side of the world this year. That was incredible from Leigh. I think it's fair to say that they've been up for this, John.
Oh, yeah. There's no doubt about that. Well, they're coming on with a wet sail, aren't they? Business end of the season. They've got important players back. They've got some form. This looks good.
Moylan, little dummy. Here's McIntosh now, down the wing, sent away by Hanley. McIntosh gets away from Clark, still going Darnell McIntosh. Here is a Pape for Moylan. Moylan offloads. Asiata for O'Donnell. Oh, what a try! What a try from Kay O'Donnell on the stroke of half-time. That is as good as it gets. That will be up there with one of the tries of the season. That was astonishing. Leigh are simply sensational, and they are putting St Helens to the sword.
No, it's just outstanding build-up play. The shape and the depth and the timing from Lachlan Lamb and Matt Moylan in the fullback role. Quick hands from Amila Hanley, and then some real smarts in there as well. Darnell McIntosh not overplaying his hand. There was an option there for a kick back in field. He decided to stop, assess things, saw a bit of space on the inside. Pape did his part, and then the second phase came. The cavalry arrived. Asiata, O'Donnell. I tell you what, this is some display from the Leigh Leopards. Take another look at this spread inside your own 40. Great depth, great shape, great timing, good anticipation, quick hands. McIntosh into space. That's where I think there was a smart play. There was a temptation to kick on the inside to Amila Hanley. Pape round the corner, keeps the play going. Moylan assesses things. Asiata finds Kay O'Donnell, and he puts an emphatic full stop on what has been a sensational first 40 minutes from the Leigh Leopards.
I think it's actually been better than that. If it can be better than sensational, John. But I mean, listen, Saints have been absolutely battered and hammered and outplayed. They've been way, way, way off the pace, but take nothing away from the way that Leigh have gone about their business. In all of that, the hooter, by the way, has gone for half-time. And here is McIntosh looking to have the extras. Not this time, but that is half-time. And that is a quite incredible first 40 minutes here at the Leigh Sports Village. St Helens look shocked. They're on the way to losing 5 consecutive games. They lost Jack Welsby with a serious hamstring injury after just 3 minutes. They then saw Mark Percival sin bin for 10 minutes, and then the Leigh Leopards just total control. The Saints fans are stunned. Oh, St Helens are in all sorts of trouble. Leigh have been exceptional, without a shadow of a doubt, in that first half. 24 points to 0. Welsby gone to a torn hamstring. They have Percival in the sin bin. They've waited a fantastic opportunity to score a try, and it looks like 5 consecutive defeats for the first time in Super League history for St Helens. League defeats, that is. You have to go back to 2012 for the last time they didn't win in 5, but they've never lost 5 on the spin in Super League. They're going to need one of the best comebacks in Super League history to avoid that unwanted record tonight. I wonder what Paul Wellens would have said to his charges at half-time.
Well, as well as what he said to his charges, which is, I would imagine, would have been roughly, you got yourself into this mess, fellas, you get yourself out of it, is I keep asking myself, what would the game have looked like with Jack Welsby playing, with him not picking up an injury? And I've no doubt St Helens would have been more competitive, but I can't see how they would be in front. I think Leigh have been irresistible in the first 40 minutes. And they've picked up where they've left off as well. They Papi out of dummy half, Asiata, front foot stuff.
Yeah, do you know what? They're just, you know, at the moment, they just seem to have Saints where they have got Saints where they want them. Lamb with the kick, Makinson underneath it. Hardly seen Makinson with ball in hand. But 24 points to 0. And Leigh with arguably their best 40 minutes, well, probably their best 25 minutes of the season, because for the first 15, 16 minutes, they weren't in it either, were they?
Yeah, well, Makinson's not had the ball because, look, with a full 13 to kick against, you're either going to be taking Makinson on the kick
Big hit on Clark. Penne it was.
Yeah, that was a great shot, brilliant shot. Yeah, you're going to be Makinson or facing Percival second carry. Percival goes to the bin, so they spent the next 10 minutes kicking into that corner, knowing there's, you know, Percival's got Makinson's got to run 40 minutes to get a carry. Smart stuff.
And by with the kick, taken well by Moylan. Here is Charnley, Lees and Bell and Lomax meeting the former Wigan winger. Another big moment in the half is where Saints, of course, blew their opportunity to score a try, didn't they? And Leigh went down the other end of the field and scored, well, that scorcher, absolute stunner by Kai O'Donnell just before half-time. And there is Jack Welsby, you can see, just behind Lewis Dodd on the back row. And I don't think he's had a serious injury, certainly in his Saints career. As John said, over 57 consecutive games for St Helens, but Johnny Lomax looks hurt now for St Helens. He's holding his ankle, he's getting up very gingerly. Up goes the high kick taken by Robertson. The Saints captain in back play, looks in a bit of strife.
Well, they're just not giving Robertson any space, are they? We know what, even from the limited amount of footage we've got on him in Super League, glides across the surface, they're not giving him that time to get moving.
Blake for St Helens.
Well, Johnny Lomax has just waved away the physio, saying he's okay, just a calf knock, I think, that one.
No way through, crunching tackle on Sirinen. Clark and Lomax now. Can he find a way through? Looked high, was high. And that is St Helens' first penalty of the match after 43 minutes.
Yeah, John Asiata just stretching, reaching out. He acknowledges his mistake. He's just crept high on Johnny Lomax. It's the footwork that gets him in trouble. Gets on the outside of John Asiata, and it's just a reaching arm that snakes high. So St Helens with a rare opportunity to spend some time in this Leigh half of the field. They'll finish the set in the red zone.
They've got to score. They've got to score first. They've got to score first. There's a Leigh player in backfield. There's an O'Donnell who's finally getting back on side, having a little bit of treatment. Here is Matty Lees. Can St Helens find a way through at the start of this second half? Is there any hope for Saints, who, of course, won those 4 consecutive grand finals? Whitley plays it as quickly, and Lomax and Lees makes a mistake, and I think if anything kind of sums up St Helens' night, as a Pape races clear, that play, that set, and that knock-on sums up St Helens'
you just don't
night.
see this. You don't see this from quality sides. I saw it last week with Wigan. As good as Hull FC were, the Wigan Warriors were out of sorts. We're seeing the same here from St Helens, the 4-time Super League champions in the last 5 years.
O'Donnell, Sirenin and Percival, there it is. Just lost the ball, went without it. 5 minutes gone in the second half. 24 points to 0, Leigh in front. A Pape now and Asiata, and O'Brien has got Lamb. Hanley and McIntosh always willing runners. McIntosh for a Pape, and Moylan goes for the line. Brought down just on the line by it's the last one. Can Asiata get it away? He can. And here is Lutele and Charlie, that was played up. That was played off by Makinson. It's back to 1.
And Charlie's the latest one now. He's down injured. The kick through. He's receiving treatment. We'll come back to that. Here's Penne on the charge.
Well, you simply cannot take your eyes off this. Play on. A Pape and Lamb. Frankie Holton. Charlie still down, receiving treatment on this left-hand side.
Yeah, he's all right. It's a rib injury. Just take the wind out of him. Here come Leigh.
Asiata! Oh, on the bounce to Lutele. Lutele gets away from 1. Lutele, another! Lutele! He beat 5 men before he's finally brought down by Robertson. Leigh, though, are going for the jugular. Is that a knock-on? Play on! Lamb it is! Lamb with an offload. McIntosh can't hang on, and Saints escape. Well, Leigh, as Robertson is now clear. Now has he got the legs? Harry Robertson against Gareth O'Brien. Robertson, he needs support. He's still going, the young man. Little kick over there. Chance for Davis. Davis gathers and scores. Harry Robertson showing what he can do. The young man who Saints think is going to be such a superstar. He ran 80 metres. He gets the kick across. Ben Davis picks it up and scores. Wow, but the video referee will have a look. Chris Kendall.
Okay, 0 tackle. We have a live call of try. We're checking the grounding. Okay, everyone has both feet behind the ball. So we're going to go to the corner view now. Takes possession of the ball. And grounds the ball. I'm happy I viewed the angle I need. I've made my decision.
He's already checked that, mate. He's checked it. Yeah. He's okay.
Wow. I think on Sky Sports Rugby League over the last 3 weeks, we've all talked up Harry Robertson and what he can do. Well, he just showed us there exactly what he can do. and Saints get the first try of the second half. There's a bit of hope for St Helens, and that all came from Darnell McIntosh dropping the ball when Leigh looked like they were going to score.
Yeah, for all money, it looked like Lachlan Lamb had provided another try assist on a plate for Darnell McIntosh. He fumbled the ball. Robertson didn't wait to find out what the referee was going to say. He streaked down the field. Great pressure back from Gareth O'Brien, just knocks him off his stride. But what about that for vision? Sums it up in half a second, puts the ball into space. And it was a laboured follow-up, wasn't it, from Ben Davies? Charnley nearly did enough to embarrass him. And as we watch the replay,
Mark Percival misses the kick. That was a poor attempt, you've got to say, by Percival. It goes to the right of the post. It's 24 points to 4. There's a glimmer, that's all for St Helens. But Harry Robertson, what a player.
Just eyes up, assessing, sees the space, sees Davies in the corner of his vision. And Davies just about gets it down. A despairing last-ditch attempt from Josh Charnley. And that's woken up the Saints fans. We know they can score. We know they can score in bunches. Is that the turning point? Is that the catalyst they need? They've got a foothold in this game now, Stuart.
I love the passion on the terraces tonight. The Leigh fans and the Saints fans.
I'm waiting for him. 1 sec, we'll just wait for him. Wait. He's in the way there.
Yeah, Tommy Wakinson getting some running repairs. Coaches, a little bit more conversation going on. Looks like it's woken them up a little bit as well.
Time was off anyway.
Yeah, can't remember where Makinson was opened up there. And Adrian Lamb, the first setback in what has otherwise been an outstanding first half, certainly, and they picked up where they left off in the second of 40 as well, until the moment of that try.
Wait for your ball.
And Makinson's running repairs have been completed. It's been one of those games.
Do you know what? It needed intervention there and then, because McIntosh scores, I reckon that's game.
Yeah.
What a swing.
Well, Mark Percival will feel he should have turned 4 into 6, but he didn't. Lee's still with a big advantage, but yeah, it looked for everything. There's going to be another try for McIntosh and another try for Leigh. Will it change the game? Well, we're going to find out in the next half hour or so.
Big charge. They need energy like that as well. That's Delaney. That's become his trademark, hasn't it, in his young but burgeoning career. All action.
Lomax. Brought down by Hughes and Penne midway inside the Saints half of the field. Last one and by. That's a high one, and it's well taken by McIntosh for Leigh. Bell with the tackle. Coming up for 50 minutes on the clock. 24 points to 4.
Yeah, but Leigh haven't panicked in this, have they? They've just got back to work. It's a good, solid defensive set. Pegged St Helens back in terms of metres, and straight back in the groove again.
Great run from Charnley. Up to halfway. And he wins. A 6 again.
He's been doing that for years.
He's a wily old fox in Josh Charnley.
He's been doing it for years. He's the best. He's the absolute best in contact.
All wingers are like that, John.
Time space.
Great chance then for Leigh. Pape. Asiata and O'Brien, and here is Frankie Holton. 50 minutes on the clock.
Set up left here as well. Ball's coming left.
Yeah, it is with Lamb, and Charnley tries to offload, does offload on the bounce, picked up by the dangerous Luke Telle. Luke Telle does well. Luke Telle still going. He's difficult to get to ground, isn't he, Ricky? Luke Telle. He'll be badly missed by the Leopards next year, will Luke Telle. Asiata, so will he. O'Brien, Moylan now. McIntosh can't find a way through. 2 tackles left for Leigh. 24-4. O'Brien once more. Asiata for Penne. Missed last week against London after failing in HIA.
Go, 5 is up, we're good.
Last one it is, Asiata, Lamb and Moylan. Moylan with a little slip pass for Lutele. Can Lutele get the ball down? I don't think he can, he's stopped just shy of the line. Brilliant defence, Makinson saves a certain try. Lutele denied an inch from the try line. Saints survive. And it's Tommy Makinson. He's bleeding from his nose. He's bleeding from a cut on his head.
Oh, what about that as well? He's got bits hanging off him, and he takes the first carry, the most painful carry, stuck in a corner. What a warrior, what a defensive effort. Here's Percival, never known to give two hoots about his own personal safety.
Percival does well. Tell you what.
Hand up, you're going forward too.
Let's have a look at this.
That's a brilliant, brilliant try-saving tackle.
Go third, back to go play on. Still third.
Clark. Nowhere there for Davis to go. Gets it away though, does well to Robertson. Robertson now and Ignatius passing. Just going to say, if Saints get the next try, then all of a sudden it become a lot more.
Well, as I said, we know they're capable of doing it. When they get on a roll, there's no team better, is there?
Lomax. Whitley on the far side. Midway inside the Lee half, but already the referee Aaron Moore saying it is the last one. Percival finds Lomax. There's a big spin on that. Moylan takes it well and goes to ground. Goodwell, that's it. A play of experience there by Matt Moylan. But can Saints keep Lee pinned close to their own line?
Exactly right. Matt Moylan used all that experience just on the catch, just to spin, knowing there was some kick pressure in the form of Wanger Blake, but they're doing it tough here in the corner. Owen Trout collected by 3 or 4 Saints players. Back end of the set now, Robbie Mulhern gets the ball out wide, they're off again.
They've got some chances there with Charnley. Charnley, he gets round one. Makinson is charging back to try and get Josh Charnley. He's still going, Charnley. Here is Lamb now. Lamb's got opportunities. Lamb still through. Brilliant tackle by the young man Robertson. Can Saints get back? Or can Lee find another score? Moylan numbers out on the far side. Hadley goes for the line. What a tackle that is by Moses and by. Now Moylan again and O'Brien. O'Brien now for Dwyer. Dwyer clips it through and there's Robertson again to tap the ball behind. It'll be a goal line dropout. Robertson involved in absolutely everything, but they were close. They were so close to another one.
Well, this has gone up another level. And again, there's players down left, right and centre. Everybody taking in big gulps of air. There's Mulhern, offload, quick hands from Hughes. Charnley sees Makinson, beats Surin and sees Makinson, steps inside, finds Lachlan Lamb. It's a great tackle, isn't it, in the end from Harry Robertson to bring him down, ball and all, and snuffs that out. But there's more pressure coming for St Helens. There's a short break in play, a pause in proceedings as a lead player receiving attention on the floor. And that man's just stopped another try. I'm trying to figure out who we're looking at. Is it Gareth O'Brien, I think? Yeah, it is. It's Gareth O'Brien who's receiving some treatment now. He passed the ball back on the inside. I wonder whether he was collected a little bit late. There's certainly a bit of concern there, Stuart.
Yeah. Adrian Lamb. The Leigh Leopards coach, Paul Wellens, has seen a big response though from his players in this second half.
Yeah, so Gareth O'Brien, I think in the act of passing, I think has caught something from, I think it was maybe Johnny Lomax, I think, in the defensive line. But this is just going through the protocols and just assessing that Gareth O'Brien is okay. He's sat up.
Yeah.
And that's always a good sign.
O'Brien He looks okay. He looks okay.
Right, so he's, I think he was collected high. It's just whether this was late or whether this was in the act of passing, which will determine the severity of the punishment. Oh dear. Oh dear. Well, from first glance, Stuart, I think there may be something else coming here. And not just a repeat set that St Helens have got to defend. Gareth O'Brien goes off for a head injury assessment.
Well, let's have a look.
Yeah, mate. Yeah.
Chris
Going back to the penalty, man.
Is the video referee.
Yeah.
And he is giving advice to Aaron
low
Moore,
level force though, mate.
the on-the-field referee.
Well, it's late and it's high, so the only thing that can help Johnny Lomax out, he'll be sat down, it's just for how long. Will this be a yellow or a red? I think there's enough in there for this to be a sin binning, but it is late, the ball's gone.
10 minutes.
Yeah.
Lomax is going to get 10 minutes in the sin bin.
Made contact with the head. Penalty in front of the stick, mate.
Yeah. He's not quite sure.
Well,
The Saints captain.
Look, I think he's frustrated. I think when he reviews that, he'll know he's not got an awful lot of defence, really. But it's the second sin bin in the second period of time that St Helens have been down to 12 men, and I think they were going to get another shot on the line anyway. There would be a temptation to take two, but I think, given they've got 12 men, they'll go again.
Lomax saying that he went for the ball. Well, we shall see. Bottom line is that he's off for 10 minutes and that Leigh, last time Saints had a man in the sin bin in shape of Mark Percival, Leigh scored 3 tries. 24 points to 4, 14 minutes gone in the second half. Dwyer, now Lamb and Moylan, but there may well have been...
Yeah, incorrect play the ball.
Incorrect play the ball, yes.
Well, that's a big let-off because that was a walk-in.
It was a walk-in.
Yeah, mate.
It may well have been Penne.
Yeah, I think he stuck his hand up there. It's just incorrect play the ball. And a let-off for St Helens. I'm not sure.
No balance control. Incorrect play the ball.
Yeah, it's just not... Look, when they fall out the front of that, he's not in control of his own body. You've got to be in control when you play the ball. He wasn't, and that's a let-off for Saints.
Move!
15 minutes gone in the second half. 24 points to 4.
What an absorbing game. What an absorbing game we're watching.
Oh, there's the offload, and here... Well, was that Asiata there, the tackle on young Robertson. And...
No, it's Aaron Penne who's come in.
Was it? I'm not sure if it was Asiata or Penne, but he looks in a bad way. We'll have a look at that tackle, I'm sure, again. And there's a bit of afters as well going on. I did say that there was bad blood between St Helens and Leigh. And it's just boiling over with that tackle on the 18-year-old Harry Robertson. Well, Robertson continuing to get treatment.
Well, he's back on his feet, is Robertson, so...
He is up now.
Let's have a look.
You okay, mate?
It was Asiata, I beg your pardon. Yeah, he was in there.
And that's where all the bad blood has come from, with John Asiata's tackle on Ignatius Parsi in the Challenge Cup semi-final last year, and that's where the bad blood has come from between Saints and Leigh. And
yeah, it's an unusual tackling style, isn't it? He's caught with a change of direction, is Asiata.
No foul play.
I'll tell you what, he's not happy either, is he? He's inviting him on.
Yeah. It's all going to get very interesting.
Right, strap yourselves in. This carry is going to be interesting.
There's still 25 minutes to go. I think we're going to have some fun here, John.
Move, Jack. Keep responding here. Do not go early.
Gareth O'Brien, by the way, has failed his HIA. He won't be back. He won't be playing next week either.
Yeah, that's a blow as well, because he's been in fine form this evening.
Yeah, I mean, you were right. I mean, we had a look at the tackle, and there was no foul play. Simple as that. Play on.
Yeah. And judging by how quickly we got that result, that would have been on doctor's instructions. He wouldn't have even got to take an assessment.
Yeah. Well, and Bay now has gone down for St Helens after getting that kick away. And now Charnley is looking to get away. He's looking to offload before he's thrown to the ground. But in back play, Moses Mbaye has been treated by the St Helens medical staff.
Well, I tell you, the referee's got an important job here in the next minute or so. He's got to make sure there's a lid kept on this, because this is. It's got the potential to really explode at the moment. I think there's very frustrated players on the St Helens side of the field.
Only one try in the second half. Scored by St Helens. That's Asiata who picks that up. 1, 2, 3 Saints players quickly in to bring down the Leigh number 13, another of the Leigh stars who won't be here next year, going to Hull FC. Great pass from Moylan. Finds Charnley. Charnley goes round the tackle. Well, attempted tackle. It wasn't the best attempt by Ben Davis. Last one. The crowd getting involved in this. The players are getting stuck in, and Moylan again goes high, and Davis makes a mistake. Well, he's had a shock of the last 30 seconds, Ben Davis. Here is Holton now. Holton offloads the ball. Asiata, who knocks on. Wow, St Helens escape. There's players down all over the place.
Well, they're hanging on. They're absolutely hanging on, because that was a try. That was a try-scoring opportunity bombed by Leigh. Asiata just couldn't bring the ball in. And you're right, the St Helens players on the floor, left, right and centre. Holton straightens it up, gets the ball away, and Asiata's thought about the pass before he secured the ball.
From clearly going to the right, it's clearly taking his advantage.
It's a great watch though, isn't it? Yeah, Moses Mbaye, he was injured when he was kicking the ball on the last tackle. Paul Wellens, I'm not sure he's going to run out of replacements here. But Moses Mbaye got injured when he kicked the ball on the last a couple of moments ago.
Well, he was halfway off, and
he's back on. Well, he is. He was limping off, and now he's limping on. We played nearly an hour. It's 24 points to 4. Well, what a watch. What a game this has been.
Now Moses Mbaye has gone off. And it's Johnny Vaughan who replaces him. He's had a good start to his Saints career as well, hasn't he? Another one who's had to bide his time. Another one. That's a great ball from Bell to Ignatius Parsi.
Here is Bell. Delaney. Just inside his own half of the field. Matt Whitley. Oh, brilliant defence. Penne and Asiata on Whitley. That was Davis who got the kick away. Moylan lets it bounce dangerously. Well, a little bit of lady luck on the shoulder of Matt Moylan then.
This is what's killing him. It's the willingness to pass, the willingness to
they're still going down with Charnley. Open field now. What can he do? Jack Hughes gets the ball inside for Lutele. Lutele for Charnley.
Great defence.
And it was Robertson again. What a game he's had. Lutele, Lamb, surely this time Moylan goes on his own and can't make it. It was Jack Hughes with the original break in clear field. This time it is a try as Lamb feeds Josh Charnley, and Charnley has surely wrapped this up for Leigh. An hour gone. It's 28 points to 8, and Josh Charnley gets in on the act. What a game this has been.
Oh, outstanding stuff, and they were hanging on Saints valiantly, throwing themselves into tackles, but merely delaying the inevitable against a full complement of Leigh Leopards, the 12-man St Helens. They concede another try. Charnley's 11th of the season. And the early promise, which resulted in Ben Davies' try on 47 minutes, is wiped out with that score from Charnley. But it's just a willingness to play, you know, not just accepting the tackle. If there's a pass on, take it, and it starts here at the back. Matt Moylan aborted the first attempt, as you said, looks on his side, but it's this bit. It just decides, well, I'm not going to take a tackle. People aren't going to put me down. I'm going to pass the ball, and then that triggers a little avalanche of passing, but it's not speculative stuff. It's on the money. And Jack Hughes gets into top gear, finds Leotelli on the inside. I thought at this moment Leotelli was going to go in. Charnley pulled down, and it's desperation stuff from St Helens. There's only 5 players in the frame. And then it all culminated in Josh Charnley crossing for what could be the final nail in the coffin, certainly in terms of a contest this evening. G's have been good, and hasn't it been a great game to watch so far?
Fabulous game. We lost our great friend and colleague Bill Arthur in the week. He'd have loved this.
Oh, wouldn't he just?
He'd have loved this, Bill. This is just right up his street, his sort of game. McIntosh looking to make it 30. And there it is. 30 points to 4. Leigh in front against St Helens. It has been a rough and tumble, tough old night at the office for St Helens.
Look, Leigh Leopards are probably going to win this game, and St Helens are going to break an unwanted record. But it's St Helens going forward, I think, that's the concern now. Saints fans will be looking at the current injury list. They've added Wellesby to that. Matty Lees didn't look great for parts, didn't he? We had a knee issue.
I suppose that face says more than 1,000 words ever could. Percival kicks off. 30 points to 4. Leigh are going to win this. Saints are going to lose 5 on the spin. And, well, doesn't get any easier. Hull are back in form. That's next weekend. Salford at home. Wigan at Magic weekend. Hull KR flying. And then Huddersfield away. It's 18 minutes still to go.
Hold it again. Hold it. Go
30 points to 4.
He's been outstanding all evening, Robbie Mulhern.
Yeah.
What a stint he's done.
Dwyer. Yeah, just out of the pocket there, Dwyer. Great kick downfield, picked up by Blake. Nowhere to go.
Yeah, and he's picked up by Brad Dwyer as well, the man who kicked the ball. Here's Percival, second carry. Typical Percival stuff. St Helens are back to the full complement, or they will be shortly.
Johnny Lomax about to come back on. I suppose the one bright spark, and it has been a bright spark for St Helens, is the performance of their 18-year-old fullback Harry Robertson, who's given us I guess a glimpse into the future.
Yeah, I mean, you know, Delaney's now in his second or third season, but I think he's shown the way. That latest crop of young players, we know what a production line they've got.
Hold, Robbie. Hold, go 5.
Davis with a spinner. You'll have to let it bounce again, but again, fortune favouring Matt Moylan. But Leigh, they may have had a slice of luck along the way, but take nothing away from their performance tonight. 17 minutes to go. 30 points to 4, they lead. And they're looking for more. Lomax back on for Saints. Here's Lutello. He's difficult to bring down. Vaughan does well with a bit of help from Bell. McIntosh over on the left. Mulhern once more. Just wants the ball, doesn't he? Dwyer. Here is Penne. Gets away from Lomax, looking for the offload as always. Finds it to Matt Moylan. Now Lamb is through. Has Lamb got the legs? Lamb tries to go all the way.
Oh!
Will score. What a try from Lachlan Lamb. There's nothing St Helens can do about that. Star man, star quality, star try. Leigh are running riot.
What a try. What a Super League try. Lachlan Lamb from 40 metres out, nothing on, takes a short ball from Matt Moylan. And he pulls out the full bag of tricks, the step, the change in pace, the fend. Just the strength in the hips to carry 2-3 Saints players. And scores right in front of the away support. The St Helens fans who are left scratching their heads. But I tell you, even the most hard-bitten Saints fan would have to doff the cap at that. When you see brilliance in front of you, you've just got to acknowledge what you're seeing, and this was brilliance. Lamb originally, I think, was a bit frustrated that Dwyer had gone the other way. Penne gets through, offload to Moylan, Moylan to Lamb, and what about that? Into the clear. Still has some work to do. 3-4 Saints players in the frame. What an outstanding Super League try.
Well, Lachlan Lamb may or may not be playing for the Leigh Leopards next year. A lot of speculation that he could be moving on, could be going back to the NRL, could be going to another Super League club. But ooh, you can see he enjoyed that. And there were a few St Helens fans behind the post applauding. But it's been a bad old night at the office yet again for St Helens. But take nothing away from Lamb. That was fabulous from the Leigh number 7. And McIntosh adds 2 more. 34 becomes 36. And Leigh are trouncing St Helens.
Our 32-point winning margin is something special, as was the contribution from that man. I'll tell you what, that's fast. He was outstandingly quick. He wasn't that quick, but I'll tell you what, it was a thing of beauty, wasn't it? And there's been rumours everywhere, haven't there? There have been rumours that there was a deal done at Hull FC, that Catalan Dragons are now in, that the NRL are sniffing around. Leigh are desperate to keep hold of the man.
John, when you were playing, that's how we made you look faster than you were.
Okay, yeah.
But I'll tell you what, you've got to say that when they're in this mood, I mean, a lot of it has been structured, as you explained, during the first half, but a lot of it is just off the cuff.
Well, it's off the cuff, but it's not. They are high percentage plays. These are not shots to nothing, not Hail Marys. The offloads we've seen have been controlled. They've been to players. They've not just been hit and hope stuff. And they're a really, really good team to watch. And I'm not surprised they're drawing the crowds they're drawing, because it's a great brand of rugby to watch.
Well, they're coming again. Trout it is. Beats one, beats another. Eventually brought down just shy of halfway. Owen Trout. He's found a home here, hasn't he? Moving from Huddersfield. He had a wretched year, didn't he, when he had that terrible ACL injury, Owen Trout. Here is Lamb once more, and Moylan and Lutele through the gap, brought down well by Vaughan.
Important tackle, Johnny Vaughan.
Last one, Dwyer, they go the short side. Charnley back inside for Lutele. It is off the cuff again. Picked up by Lamb. Kicked towards the post and picked up well there by young Harry Robertson, who's looking for a way out.
That's really good for Robertson. He had to cover some ground there as well. He was involved in the previous tackle, extricated himself from that, positioned himself beautifully, and then picked up 10 metres off the back of it. But oh no! St Helens with another error. Look, they're playing against the scoreboard and they're playing against the clock. But they've opened the door again for Leigh.
That was Matt Whitley. Matt Whitley with the offload. Adderley now. He's running with a smile on his face. He may well be still going. Still 12 minutes to go. 36 points to 4. Lamb and Dwyer. Here is Owen Trout. St Helens have never lost 5 on the spin in the Super League era. They're about to. Halton. 3 yards away from the line. Dwyer goes on his own. Dwyer, has he managed to get the ball down? He hasn't on the last, just shy. But on we go. Asiata, Lamb, offload. Moylan, and Moylan will get another one. And St Helens are being put to the sword as the Leigh Leopards go on and on and on. Matt Moylan gets another try. It's 40 points to 4.
Take a look at the offload here from Jack Hughes. It is sensational. Matt Moylan finishes and gets a try to cap off a great individual performance. Apart from ducking out, catching most bombs that came his way, but he's not going to worry about that tonight. But the build-up play to this, look, none of it's panicked. And you talk about offloads and the timing and the high percentage stuff. That is top draw from Jack Hughes. That is absolutely outstanding stuff, and it has been an A1 performance from the Leigh Leopards. They are coming home with a wet sail.
Hey. And they believe, I said right at the start, that they firmly believe, and they had to believe, that they could get into the playoffs. They were 9 points off the playoffs. At the end of tonight, they're going to be 5 points off the playoffs, and plenty still to play.
Look, they had a slow start to the season. They had key injuries to John Asiata. Tom Briscoe was part of that side at the start of the season. To Edwin Apape, missed large chunks at the start of the season. You know, they had to be patient, had to bide their time. They weren't getting flogged. They were not getting smashed by many. They've still got a positive points difference despite being fairly low down in the table. They've got players back. They had Moylan's now settled in. Lamb's found his form again. And that's a very forlorn looking Saints bench. There's all the experience in the world there. 2 of the best ever to play Super League in Helens and Rugby. But they can't do an awful lot about this. Not tonight, not the mood these guys are in.
And there we go. Mark Percival off as well. I wonder if he's got an injury. It's a sorry-looking St Helens. McIntosh this time. The kick goes across the post. But 40 points to 4 it is. Who would have believed this scoreline?
It's been some round 19 so far. We saw Leeds take flight last night. I understand there's some really interesting scorelines across the rest of Super League this evening as well. But none more so than this. I mean, that's just a brilliant pass that from Jack Hughes. A really composed finish from Matt Moylan, who brings up the 40.
Still 9 minutes to go. I think I'm going to need a glass of water, John, and a lie down. There is Mulhern again. In 4 or 5 minutes, we'll ask John to choose his Betfred player of the match. I think he's got a fair few to choose from.
Nice. Well, it's been a brilliant team performance, hasn't it? And the usual suspects have stood up. But I've got a fair idea of my player of the match is already.
All will be revealed in a few moments' time. Here is Moylan. Hughes again. But look at those latest scores. Hull KR winning against London, but look at that score from just down the road. Warrington are thrashing Wigan. And the race for the top 2 is open, and the race for the try line could be as well. The ball knocks on, and Leigh get it back, and everything that could go wrong for St Helens tonight seemingly is going wrong. There's a huge overlap here, huge overlap. Dwyer, has he gone the wrong way? He twists and he turns. He still manages to offload. Lachlan Lamb, McIntosh. Do you know what, Leigh, they're behind 50 here. Here is Dwyer. And the ball played there for Mulhern.
Move! Find space, Robbie. Find space. Go.
Dwyer once more. Little kick through. And Delaney gets his hand on the ball. That'll be a goal line dropout. The young man, Saints look out on their feet. They're down and out as far as this match is concerned.
He's a live wire, Brad Dwyer, isn't he? I mean, there's sometimes, since he's come on today, I mean, he's clearly made an impact. He brings so much energy. Sometimes I think, look, does he fully assess what's available to him? When players are set up, there's been a number of attacking plays that have been abandoned, but what's a frustration can also be a real strength, as well as the kick does not go 10.
Oh, play on, it just about did, I think. They're only a couple of yards away from the line. Hughes. Well, Leigh are using their 18th man. Louis Brogan is on. They've lost a couple to head injury assessments, and here is Mulhern once more. So Louis Brogan, that's what the 18th man is for. The young man Brogan was the 18th man, but he's being utilised now because of the injuries. Lutale is close to another one for the Leigh Leopards. Lamb bobbles along the ground, picked up by Dwyer. Moylan, kick towards the corner. Blake makes a mess of it. The ball eventually goes backwards. Picked up, was it, by Holton?
Oh, well, I'll tell you, neither Wanger Blake nor Amila Hanley could pouch the ball, because it was available for Leigh once again. I can only assume, we know that one failed HIA was Gareth O'Brien. I can only assume the other must be Tom Amone, and that must have been picked up at some point later in the game.
Nobody wanted the ball on that occasion. Matty Lee's back on for Saints. 5 minutes to go.
No, it's a temptation here, isn't it? Look, St Helens are going to break an unwanted record, and they have been a standout side in Super League for the last decade. But I'm desperate to assign credit where it's due. This has been a superb top draw performance from the Leigh Leopards today. They deserve this win. They have clearly been the better side, and it isn't just because St Helens are below par and because they're missing a couple of men. It's because Leigh have been the better team.
So, your player of the match, John Wells.
Yeah, look, in a really good team performance that has had flair and composure and grit and speed in equal measure, my Betfred player of the game goes to Rob Mulhern. I think he's been outstanding in the middle of the field.
Well, Davis was trying to set something up for St Helens late on. Picked up by McIntosh. Leigh back up to halfway. They'd like to finish with another one, I'm sure.
Yeah, that's your man. I think everything is done real neat and tidy in defence. Every run he takes really punched holes in the St Helens defence. Played big minutes, leads the way, and a deserved player of the match in what has been, as I said, an exceptional all-round performance.
I was going to say, where does St Helens go from here? Hull next weekend. Yes, it's the simple answer, but
well, that's the beauty of it. You don't have to wait long to put the wrongs right. The problem is they're starting to stack up, and we're going to have to do it without Jack Wells being all likelihood. Here come Leigh, set up on the left-hand side again. They love this left edge.
Short pass out and dropped by McIntosh.
Yeah, just a little lazy attempt to catch from McIntosh. But anybody who's facing up against the Leigh Leopards in the coming weeks, you're going to have to do your homework as a right edge defender, because you've got options and lots of different looks coming at you, people from all angles. They hide players really well.
What a performance from the Leigh Leopards. Maybe their best of the season. Arguably their best of the season. Or definitely. I guess we'll find out when we speak to Adrian Lamb.
100%. I'll say 100% this is the best performance and best win of the season.
Oh, Knock on by Darrell Clark, and that, I'm afraid, sums everything up on what has been a night that St Helens will want to consign to the Rugby League dustbin as soon as possible.
Yeah, it just doesn't happen, does it? Player of that calibre. But I'm not having it, Stuart. I'm not having you saying this is just Saints been poor. I'm not having it. This is you assign credit where it's due. You give credit where it's due.
Well, they have. I mean, Saints have been poor, Leigh have been good.
They've been played off the park, Stuart.
Yeah, absolutely they have. No arguments from me. Saints have contributed to their own downfall. But Leigh have been magnificent in patches.
Look, the single...
what I've enjoyed about Leigh is the way that they've played the game, especially off the cuff. They've just had a go, and they're having a go now. Charlie brought down by Vaughan. Can they get a try in the last minute or so? Here is O'Donnell running across the line. Had to go down, otherwise possibly would have given away a penalty for crossing.
Relax, fellas, relax.
Here is Dwyer. What a good player he has to come on, Brad Dwyer.
Move, get out, Jim. Line.
Here he is again.
Go first.
Pape picked up on the bounce by Lamb. Charlie will go for the corner. Lamb sets up Josh Charlie. It's another try. They finish with a flourish. And Josh Charlie has got another try. Charlie celebrates. I don't think there's any doubt. It is a try. But the video ref, Chris Kendall, will confirm that Leigh has scored again.
Check it all you want, it's a try. It's Josh Charlie. He doesn't miss.
Kev. Okay, we have a live call of try. Checking the ground in. Charlie's in possession and grounds the ball. I viewed the angle I need, made my decision.
You don't need to go. You don't need to go to the video referee with Josh Charlie. He's too good. He's been doing that for years. And it's another highlight reel finish on what has been a special, special night for the Leigh Leopards.
Yeah, 2 tries for Josh Charlie. Count them up, John. I've lost count. How many tries have Leigh scored? 12 tries in Super League for Charlie. It has been some night for Leigh, and it's been some night to forget for St Helens.
Yeah, 8 tries to 1 it has been this evening, and a penalty in there for good measure from Dano McIntosh. There's no doubt the single most important, significant moment this evening was Wellesby's injury. But I tell you what, you've still got to score him, and this man is one of the very best.
As McIntosh managed to put it over from the touchline, and he has the perfect finish to what's pretty much been the perfect performance for the Leigh Leopards. They have beaten St Helens. They have thrashed St Helens. Their best performance of the season. Leigh are very much in the race for a place in the top 6 in the playoffs. For St Helens, it's 5 consecutive defeats in Super League for the first time ever. They haven't just been beaten, they've been absolutely walloped. 46-4, Leigh have beaten Saints. All the reaction is on the way.